Renewable energy is the backbone of a sustainable future. Today, the world is facing serious challenges such as climate change, global warming, and increasing energy demand. For more than a century, fossil fuels have dominated power generation, but they are the main cause of greenhouse gas emissions. To address this crisis, renewable energy sources such as solar, wind, hydropower, biomass, geothermal, ocean energy, and hydrogen have been introduced. These sources are clean, sustainable, and naturally replenished. However, despite rapid growth, renewable energy has not yet fully replaced conventional energy sources. This brings us to the action research theme for this year: efficacy of renewable energy sources. What does efficacy mean? The word efficacy means how effectively something works. In renewable energy, efficacy refers to how efficiently, reliably, and cost-effectively renewable technologies can generate power at a large scale. Even though renewable energy is clean, many systems face limitations such as intermittency, high initial cost, maintenance issues, and integration problems. Therefore, improving the efficacy of renewable energy systems is a scientific necessity. Types of renewable energy sources. Renewable energy is obtained from natural resources that are replenished on a human timescale. The major types of renewable energy sources include solar energy, which uses sunlight through photovoltaic cells; wind energy, which converts the kinetic energy of air into electricity; hydropower, which uses flowing water to rotate turbines; biomass energy, derived from organic materials and waste; geothermal energy, obtained from the Earth's internal heat; ocean and tidal energy, based on wave and tidal movement; hydrogen energy, which acts as a clean energy carrier produced using renewable electricity. Each of these sources works on well-defined scientific principles, but also has theoretical and practical limitations. Limitations of existing renewable systems. Although renewable energy has many advantages, current systems have several limitations. Solar panels produce electricity only during daylight, and their efficiency is limited by physical laws. Wind turbines depend on wind availability and suffer from mechanical wear. Hydropower depends on water availability and suitable geography. Bioenergy faces issues of efficiency and sustainability. Another major issue is intermittency. Energy is not available continuously. These limitations reduce the overall effectiveness of renewable energy systems. Why research in this field is necessary. Research in renewable energy is necessary for 5 major reasons. First, to reduce carbon emissions and fight climate change. Second, to overcome technical limitations like intermittency and storage. Third, to scale renewable energy to meet rising global demand. Fourth, to improve energy security and reduce dependence on fossil fuels. Fifth, to develop system-level integration using storage, smart grids, and hybrid systems. Continuous research helps improve efficiency, reliability, and real-world applicability of renewable energy. Role of students in action. Research students play a crucial role in advancing renewable energy research. Through action research, students can study real-life systems, identify problems, test solutions, and propose innovations. Students can conduct surveys, field studies, experiments, model building, and data analysis. Action research helps students become problem solvers, innovators, and responsible citizens. 3. Core approaches of action. Research. Action research under this theme focuses on 3 key approaches. First, identifying errors, inefficiencies, and limitations in existing renewable energy systems. Second, proposing practical solutions and improvements within the system. Third, creating innovative, system-level approaches that integrate renewable sources creatively. Together, these approaches help enhance the efficacy of renewable energy in real-world applications. Selected subtheme for this video. In this video, we focus on the subtheme: diagnostic analysis of existing renewable energy systems and practical improvement. This sub-theme allows students to study real installations, identify inefficiencies, and apply corrective measures. Practical action research example, problem identification. Let us take a practical example mentioned in the guidelines. A solar rooftop system is installed in a local building, but the power output is lower than expected. Possible reasons may include dust accumulation, poor orientation, lack of maintenance, or limited user awareness. This forms the problem identification stage of action research. Data collection and analysis. Data can be collected using observation sheets, questionnaires, performance records, and surveys. Pre-action data helps establish the existence of the problem. After collecting data, students analyze it using tables, percentages, and comparisons. This scientific analysis confirms inefficiencies in the system. Applying solutions. In the next stage, students apply practical solutions. These may include awareness programs, maintenance scheduling, orientation correction, or system optimization. After implementing solutions, post-action data is collected. A comparison of pre-action and post-action data shows whether the solution was effective. Innovation and creative thinking. Innovation is the third pillar of action research. Students may design low-cost models, hybrid systems, monitoring tools, or conceptual improvements. Examples include solar-wind hybrid models, energy storage integration, or smart monitoring concepts. Innovation does not require large infrastructure. Ideas, models, and simulations are equally valuable. Methods of data collection. Different research methods can be used depending on the study. These include experimental research, applied research, survey-based research, case studies, and mixed methods. Choosing the right method ensures scientific accuracy and reliable conclusions. Expected outcomes. The expected outcomes of action research include identification of real inefficiencies in renewable systems, practical and data-based solutions, development of innovative ideas, improvement in scientific thinking and problem-solving skills, contribution to sustainable energy practices. Conclusion. Action research on the efficacy of renewable energy sources empowers students to become agents of change. By studying existing systems, applying solutions, and innovating creatively, students contribute to a cleaner and more sustainable future. Renewable energy is not just a subject of study, it is a responsibility towards the planet. Let us observe, analyze, improve, and innovate for a better tomorrow.
Bombay Science Teachers Association welcomes all students of 9th standard. This video is to know what is action research and how to do the action research for the 9th grade student. For the year 2025 and 2026, the action research is already announced and it is published in our authorized book called as Menaka publication. Those don't have that book, today you completed your just practical round, and in the session itself you will get a pamphlet, and in that pamphlet the main theme of the action research 2025 and 26 is mentioned. Now what a student to do after you are getting the pamphlet, and what are the topic for our action research. First, student, please read the pamphlet which is given to you very carefully, because all information related to the action research it mentioned in it. Today's session is about how to do the action research, what are the steps of the action research, and after completing your project writing, how to upload your action research. That everything will be explained in this video. So please pay attention to this video. What steps you have to follow for the action research? After getting the pamphlet, you select any one of the topic related to our main theme and start working on it. Now why we have to start working early? Because you will get very less time to complete your action research, to fulfill all objectives and to get a proper conclusion. The selection, if you did early, then it will be better and your action research will be a good quality. So first select your topic and start working on it. Now after completing your project, then you have to write the project report. How to write the project report, how many number of pages are there, that all things are mentioned in our booklet which is just given to you by Greater Bombay Science Teacher Association. All students, there is a humble request, you should strictly follow the rules and regulation which is given by GBSTA and published in our website as well as in the pamphlet. After completing your project, then you have to upload your final project on our official email that you will get in the next slide. What is your official email and what date is there to upload your project in a PDF format. So let us start. When we will come to the interview, you have to carry the 2 copies of the same action research which you upload. One is the original copy and other is the same Xerox. You may take a color or you may have a black and white copy, will do. This original copy to see for the evaluators and it will be written back on the same day when the action research interview is over. Now let us see what is the topic of our action research 2025 and 26. As I told you before itself, in our pamphlet and in a Menaka publication, our authorized book, we publish this main theme of our action research. So this year, main theme of the action research for the standard 9th student is efficacy of renewable energy sources. Now what is mean by efficacy of renewable energy resources or energy sources, that you have to explain first and then you have to start with this topic. Now what the student can do, if you see our topic of efficacy of renewable energy sources, we can do the action research in 4 different domains. First domain is you can identify the error, inefficiencies and limitation of existing renewable energy system in efficacy of renewable energy sources. Means what are the identifying errors are there? Is the existing system working properly? What are the errors? These errors can be rectified and that will be my one of the topic of or why my one of the domain related to efficacy of renewable energy sources. Another thing is that another domain for the action research on the same topic is you have to propose practical solution and improvement to address these issues of efficacy of renewable energy sources. Either do you action research on the first domain or you can do on the second domain. There is another domain is also there. The third domain is creating innovative system level approach that integrate renewable sources in creative ways to maximize their effectiveness. Means whatever the errors are there, inefficiencies are there, these inefficiencies can be removed or it can be rectified, and better improvement, what will be the new approach? That will be the third domain. And the fourth domain of your action research in efficacy of renewable sources is critical analysis of current system and develop a concrete solution, or you may create a own innovative solution which can be solved our real world problems. So let us see the one example here which I given to you. This is not the one of the example, there are many more examples are there, but to get an guidelines, this is the one of the example is given. As I told you that the renewable energy resources or sources, there are major different types are there. You can do a solar energy, work on solar energy, wind energy, hydropower, biomass energy, geothermal energy, ocean tidal energy, and hydrogen energy, and many more. For an example, suppose I select the title, A Study of Inefficiencies in Utilization of Solar Energy System in an Urban Locality. For this action research title, my hypothesis will be, always you have to write the hypothesis in if-then form. This is the one of the example I given here. So hypothesis 1, for the title which is shown on the screen, if a solar energy system are present but not properly maintained or understood, then their actual energy output will be significantly lower than the expected. So which clearly indicate it work on the one domain. Now whenever you write a hypothesis for the any action research project, so what is an hypothesis? So hypothesis is an assumption which has some cause and its impact. The hypothesis is not a generalized statement, it's not a directly statement, it is completely based on observation. You have to read references books, experts discussion, and you have to see the trends, various information collected on that research title. And once you get all information of that research title, then you have to frame the hypothesis related to your action research. And please see that your action research must be in if-then conditional form. Another hypothesis can be written for the same title, means there will be not one hypothesis, but you have to write only one hypothesis in your action research. These are some examples I am giving here to understand how to select or how to write the title of the action research and the hypothesis. A study of inefficiencies in utilization of solar energy system, that I told you previously. For the same title, now the hypothesis can be, better way I can write in this way. If a regular performance monitoring, basic maintenance of a solar panel are not carried out, then the long-term performance and the energy output of solar energy system will not be gradually decline. This is another hypothesis for the same title. Another hypothesis I can mention here for the same title is, if an existing solar system is experimentally improved, then its efficiency will improve. It means hypothesis is essential, and hypothesis you have to write only one for your action research. These are the examples are given. You can take any project based on the sub-theme and your locality, and you can do the work on it. The fourth hypothesis on the same I can write here If a proper application best practices such as correct use, basic maintenance, energy use planning are followed, then the effective utilization of solar energy system will be improved in urban locality. Now, these are after the few examples. Now, here the main theme, again for your information, you have to do your action research. The action research will be differ, but the main theme remains the same for all the students of 9th standard, and that is efficacy of renewable energy resources. Now, what are the sub-themes where you can do the action research? The sub-themes are, the first is solar photovoltaic efficiency improvement, where you can do the action research based on this theme. Secondly, wind turbine performance and reliability, how the wind turbine works, what are the changes we can minute do on the wind turbine which gives me performance and reliability in effective way, that you can take a second domain. Third is the energy storage integration for intermittency. You can do the action research on this topic, where optimizing battery energy storage system and to support grid scale solar and wind farms, this research would delve into the large scale energy storage batteries. Hybrid and renewable energy system and microgrids, where you can do the research, design and performance of hybrid solar wind storage microgrid for 24/7 power supply. This topic examines the combination of multiple renewable sources and possibly backup generator or storage. So these are the four sub-themes. Fifth sub-theme is the smart grid and IoT for renewable integration. Here my research topic will be intelligent grid management for high renewable penetration. If I take a sixth as my sub-theme, that is the bioenergy and waste to energy enhancement, then my research topic will be improving biomass conservation efficiency and emission in waste to energy plants. Seventh sub-theme is an geothermal and tidal energy innovation. Here will be my research topic. It's expanding geothermal and marine energy utilization through new technology. Eighth sub-theme is a green hydrogen and fuel cell system. Here I can do the research on efficient green hydrogen production and utilization in the renewable energy system. Like this way, you can select any one of the sub-theme, and based on the sub-theme, you have to do the action research. Now, one suggestion for all the students while performing the action research, you do a checklist. So here I mention the checklist, how to perform the action research. If you have a well-planned action research, then you are definitely, there will be a successful and good quality of action research is possible. Now what you can do on one paper, that is called, we are making the proposal of action research. This is just sort of information. Now phase 1 is a problem identification. For a problem identification, you have to read a lot of references, books, you have to take the website information. Now the first is, how will you select the title? A title, when you select, see that the GBSTA, what will be expected from here when you select the title, and what tools you use for that title. Select the local renewable energy problem based on your title. As we mentioned, the main theme will be the same. The sub-theme, the 9 sub-themes are given. You can select any one of the sub-theme based on your research title. Your research title tool is based observation and selection of topic. Now, after that, when you write the action research report, then you have to write introduction. See that in introduction, it should cover the following part. First, explain the background, climate change, about and how this problem is related, and why the needs of renewable energy is important. Here the tools will be references study and whatever your PDF content will be there. Now, existing system study. First, study the existing system. In introduction itself, describe the present renewable energy system. For this, what you have to do, the field observation and the case study is an important part for that. How will you identify the problem? For the problem identification, identify inefficiencies or the limitation of existing system by the field visit, by the case study, make the checklist of it and how we can improve the performance or what is the actual performance of the present system. And then you make your problem statement, and whatever your problem statement will be there, it should be a clear problem and it should have an analytical thinking. So this is what you have to do when we are or you are going to select the topic with the help of your teacher, with the help of your parent, or with the help of any one person expert who will guide you. Now the second is, once your title is done, then the phase 2 is a planning the research. In the planning of the research, these steps are essential. Needs to study. In the needs to study, you have to justify why this research is essential, and your tool will be the literature review. And in the literature review, you will use references, books, websites, journals. That literature review will give you why the need of the study is there. Then you have to frame the objectives for your selected action research. You have to write 3 to 4 objective, which should be a measurable objective, and see that how the objective to be framed, it should be very clear and measurable. As I told you, you have to write the hypothesis, and you have to write the hypothesis in the form of if then, and is it testable or not, and it is based on logical reasoning. Then when you perform an action research, then you have to mention the methodology of your action research, whether it is experimental based, where it is survey based, or a case study. That will be your research design. Explain the sample area where you do the study and sampling method also. These all chart what I given to you on the screen. It is you have to, before starting your action research, before selecting your action research, if you follow this chart, then it will be very easy for you to perform the action research, a time management within a limited time, how you can perform your action research. Now, what the tools to be selected to perform or to prove or test your hypothesis, that is called tool selection. That is a data collection. Then the data collection will be your questionnaire will be there. It is your observation, or it may be your experiment. That all will be your tool collection. This tool collection can be further classified into pre-action data, collected baseline data by survey and by observation, pre-data analysis, whatever the data after the visit or the field visit or after the performing an experiment, analyze your data and represent your data in the tabular form and the chart form, so that how effectively you did the research can be understood using this. Then the action plan, that is what we call the timetable or time schedule of your action research, how you started your action research and how you can able to complete this action research in a limited time. Then followed by the implementation, apply a solution to the method by experimental. Innovation, because as I told you that the expert member will see what is innovation in your action research. Is your action research based on new model, it is a prototype, or it is a simulation or real world problem solution? Again here two type of data action is there. That is post data action, collect the data after your action or your experiment, and the same methodology you have to follow, that is the questionnaires or experimental, and again you compare your data before and after result in the graphs and tabular form, which clearly indicate that before your system is applied or before your experiment is applied, this is the result, and after the result is this. Findings, the findings will be definitely based on your data and your tool will be the interpretation, and finally come to your conclusion. See that your conclusion should be link problem, action based and scientific interference. And the last part is reporting the reflection, expected outcome, limitation, suggestion. These all video, you will get it on our YouTube channel, Dr. Homi Baba Bal Vaidyanik Competition. So all students are requested, after you are going home, you subscribe our channel and will get all these video up together. Now once your action research is completed, please remember that all of you have to do the PDF of this action research, which should not be more than 15 MB, 25 MB, and the last date of submission of the action research is Monday, 8 March 2026. This date is also mentioned in our website. If your action research will not come before or on 8th of March, it will be not evaluated. So put it note in your pamphlet that the submission of your action research is 8 March. So without wasting the time, start doing your action research. As I told you that the result of the practical round will be declared on the 7th Feb 2026. Please do not forget to subscribe our channel because our time is limited here. So entire video is available on YouTube of our channel, Dr. Homi Baba Bal Vaidyanik. After you are going the home, you will get this video in detail about how to do the action research. So thanks and all the best to all of you, and start doing work on the action research. Thank you.